This
Okay.
conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, it's automation tool. Okay, which
An
helps us to
automation
record
tool.
the UI under UI
Yeah.
things. Right.
Mm,
So to use the Selenium is a library.
yeah.
Okay. In that library, you can use any language.
Yes.
Okay, it's like you can use Java, Ruby, Python,
Mm,
C Sharp, any language you can use,
mm,
right? So, so it is like common library. So whenever you have a UI functionality or you have some certain things on UI, suppose you have to click like login or do something, right? On this, we can use Selenium. So same thing with JMeter, what we're doing, we are doing handling the application from back end side by hitting the APIs. Whereas Selenium will do from front end side with the UI. Both are hitting the
okay.
server only. But Selenium will
Mm,
write a code to hit on the UI side, where JMeter we are hitting the APIs, backend APIs to talk to server.
okay.
Okay, so we can integrate our Selenium with JMeter also.
Okay.
Okay, so why you have to do that? Because there's some certain cases where JMeter you want to do some client side activity, and what JMeter do? JMeter won't support the client side, right? Because it's completely on the server with the APIs only. So in that cases, we'll use Selenium. And one disadvantage of Selenium with JMeter is if you give 10 users, it will open 10 browsers.
Yes. Launching of browser.
Yeah, so it's difficult. So that's
Ah,
why we can, it is limited, like to check. And in our class, right, we're just testing all the features of JMeter. But in the real time, like you will use only for certain things, like one or two users only in the max. Okay, now let's see. To do any Selenium setup, now first thing what we have to do is we have to add that group. Okay, and here we need the config setup, right, from browser. So we go to config element, come to here, you will see Chrome driver config. Okay, and we have to write a script, right, like sampler to open on something. No, then it will go to in the sampler. In the we'll go WebDriver sampler. Is WebDriver sampler. Hmm, it should be WebDriver sampler. Yes. Just a second. So WebDriver is the main class of the Selenium. Okay, so we have the name also WebDriver on here. Hmm. Why I'm not able to see WebDriver sampler? Let me check in plugins. So we discussed it already in the plugins. We have to go down to all the setup. Uh, hmm, why I'm not able to see? So this is the right website. I mean, if you want to use the source code of it, what and what. Why I'm not able to see that? Thread group, add, sampler, web driver. Socket. Let me do uninstall again. So we need a one Chrome driver config to set up the which browser you want to launch, and one more sampler to write a script. Okay, let's wait for 2 more seconds. Okay, now let's install again. Not got uninstalled. Okay, let's try from like this templates. Let me install again. It doesn't work right. I will check in later and we'll continue with other topic. Let's check in the config element. They are still listed here. Hmm. Okay, ignore it. I'll check it later. Okay, I understand. Okay, so let's see the thread groups. So till now, whatever we discussed in thread group, we have given just user stamp up and just loop comment and we executed it. Okay. So do we think this one thread group will be enough for our load modeling
No,
based on
sir.
the given options? No, right? Because
No.
we have different load modeling.
No.
Okay. And with this help of this single thread group, we can't achieve that.
Yes.
Okay. Let's take. I, I want to like for particular duration. Like I have 1 hour. In that 1 hour, I want to run my whole test like for 100 users continuously. So can I achieve this here? No, right? Because if I give 100, assume that, and if I give a ramp up is like only initiating the users. It's not holding the users, right? So if I, so there is no duration part here. We have this duration, okay, this duration, but with this duration we can achieve that whatever what I'm saying. But if I want to ramp down, so what happens here? Ramp down, there is no ramp down option, right? It will ramp up and will do the action, and whoever the user has done, they will come down automatically. But I want ramp down pattern as well. I want to slowly reduce my load, not immediately. After 1 hour, not immediately, right? So in that case, we have to go for other thread groups. Okay. So let's see. For now, first thread group is, so you have to add a plugins from all thread groups. It's a concurrent thread group. Okay. Let's see concurrent thread group. So here, simple four options. Same thing. If I continue this action, everything is same. Only this is for new. For concurrence. So what is the concurrence you're expecting? Give 50. If you see right, we got the matches 50 here. Okay. Now ramp up. How in how much time you want to? Let's give 1 minute. Okay.
So what is that
Run.
concurrency? I mean, parallel threads, huh?
Not parallel. Parallel users. So at any given point of time, what is the parallel number of users you're expecting? If you take normal thread group, right? In normal, what happens? Once the user is done, they'll come down. They won't put anything. Correct
But
here.
here,
Now, here, till you given your duration time, whole target rate, they will keep on will be there. That's what I see. So normal, what happens? Now, if I give, see, this is our normal thread group. What happens? If you give ramp up user, it will reach 50, and in the 50, once they're done with the script, they come down automatically in our normal thread group. So here, if I give like 5 minutes. So what happens after 1 minute of ramp up, which is the time here, na? After the 5 minutes, they will keep come on the server only. See, if you see any part of them, the 50 years will keep on hitting on the application. In the normal thread group, the graph will be like this. Slowly it will come down once they run a server. But here we are holding the users.
okay, for how much time?
Given 5 minutes, that whole target rate. That's the duration.
So you're holding,
So
we
here,
are holding the users means if the request, I mean, the request is
whatever the request
complete,
to keep, right? They will keep on again
we
hitting it.
okay, they keep on sending it. Okay, it's like a kind of a looping the request. Okay, for that many
Yes,
users.
yes.
Mhm.
So here we
And for
can't
that
achieve that
much
because
amount of
here
time. Okay,
that yes. So here I can't achieve that because I don't know, right? How long? I mean, how many loops I need to give here to achieve that?
okay,
So that's why you have to go concurrent side group. Simply whatever the number you can give, just run. So here one more option called ramp up steps count. Nothing but in 1 minute, right? So here what happens by default, slowly it is increasing. But I know I want like for 10 users per minute. In 10 users, the one should happen. So it's like then it will divide your 50 by 10, 5 steps. It will do like this. If you want ramp up pattern, otherwise you can ignore this.
okay, ramp up step count. Okay.
Yeah. If you give 5, not 10, 10, 10, will so 10 users, 10, 10, one
So
group,
at the end,
10, 10 like it will do.
okay, for at the end of 1 minute, five connections, and then at the end of 2 minutes, 20 connections, 20 users, right?
Yes, 10, 20, yes, 30, 40, 50.
Okay, and then whole target time means here all 50 users will be I mean
running on
will
the
be run
application. Yeah.
for
Suppose you
five
have
minutes.
two own, yes, and they will close automatically.
So
So here, if I have only two
whole
API,
target happens once we reach the peak load, is it?
no, once complete of ramp up, 1 minute of
Okay,
time.
after we ramped up, then it holds the all users for 5 minutes.
Yes. So you have
Okay, okay.
only two APIs, right? Assume that, then
Mhm.
these two APIs will be keep on triggering for all the 50 users
For 5 minutes
for 5 minutes. Yes.
after the ramp up.
So
Okay.
yes, yeah. So this is a concurrency load model. So whenever ever based on a requirement, if the kind of requirement they're expecting the load, suppose if you take Amazon, right? If you take any 1 hour, there might be some parallel load, right? You can't say that users will maybe 10 will go and up and down, but some number will be constant. So if you want to test those type of scenarios, we have to use a constant static group.
So suppose,
Okay.
sir, if
Mm.
suppose say there are some 1,000 users, maximum 1,000 users, and then but only we need to hold for maybe from 500 users. Then
Then that's we have other thread group. We will discuss
that's
that
that
now.
group. Okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's go to other thread group. Stepping up thread group. Okay. This is where you can control the flow in between as also. So what happens in our normal and concurrency, right? Once ramp up is done, it's direct, right? It will do that action, it will get down. But stepping thread group has more options. Okay. So let's see. Example, what is it? It will start with 100 threads. If you say thread group 100 start means our total load is 100 users.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, first wait for 0 seconds. Suppose if I give one here, so it will wait 1 second here. In the down, you will see this one.
Hmm.
Okay. Then start 0 means it will have 0. Now, next add 10 threads every 30 seconds. So it will add 10 seconds after 30, after 30,
Mhm.
after 30,
Hmm.
after 30 seconds, and then like ramp up till this part. Okay. Now hold for
Okay.
60
So,
seconds.
so within 5 seconds, what is this, sir? Using ramp up 5 seconds means what, sir?
So it will add 10 users, no? It will add
Hmm.
10 users
Every
in
thread,
30
every.
seconds for every 30 seconds. So
Hmm.
how it will add 10 users for every 5 seconds? In 5 seconds, it will add 10 users. It means 2 users per second in this 30.
I
If
did
you
not
see right
get this,
this
sir.
no this
So,
slight slope. See, I'll tell you. We'll come to here. Explain. So what? Let's say what is there now. So here ramp up count understood, right? So ramp up count same as nothing but this threads every 30 seconds. Okay.
yeah,
This
yeah.
5 is your total
Hmm.
ramp up. Okay. So let's I will remove all these things. Okay. Now what happened? Let's say 10 you uh, okay 10 whatever first wait for 10 seconds it to the this is startup delay. See it's waited.
Okay.
Okay, this slant graph 0 to 10 seconds.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
waited. Now then then I say start 0 threads means it won't start anything. Okay,
Hmm.
it will wait. Now add 10 threads.
Yeah.
So it means it needs 10 users.
Okay.
Okay,
10,
now
10 threads.
yeah. So how to add this 10? What is the pattern? It means using 5 seconds as ramp up. Means in 5 second step only it has to add 10 users. Okay,
Hmm.
but every 30 second means the gap. If you see here after 30, I mean after 30 seconds it will start again. This one. One more 10, so you got 20.
Okay. Okay.
30
Okay.
seconds
30,
gap.
30 seconds is like a gap. Okay.
Gap between the ramp up to ramp up.
Okay. Okay.
In
Got it,
when
sir.
what happens is one time ramp up. But here for every batch we can do ramp up, ramp up, ramp up. Okay, so it will try to do till it reaches 100 users.
Okay, first it will start, wait for 10 seconds, then
Hmm.
it will add 10 threads. For the to increase the, I mean, then it will, I think, wait for 30 seconds, and then
Hmm. Again, other 10 will
um,
go.
again other 10 will go, but other 10 will go within 5 seconds. That is the ramp up
Within 5
time.
seconds ramp up. Yeah.
Yeah,
And they will
yeah.
load for again 30 seconds. See, 30
It
gap,
will
30
wait
gap.
for
You see the
30
time.
seconds, and then within 5 seconds, again 10 more will be added.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
So till now it will do like till it reach 100.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, so once
Then
this is ramp up
elapsed,
section.
then elapsed time will be more, no, sir?
No, it will be more. That's right.
Yeah, but it will.
Instead of going in a short, right? There is some user
Mm,
cases which will come like this only. They want to check
okay,
the patterns, right? Different type of patterns, how the application breaks. So it will happen like that only. It will take like 6 hours, 7 hours test with all these things. Mm.
okay.
Okay. So now once ramp up is done, once still reach 100 users, now what you have to do? So let's say I want to hold for some 60 seconds. So it like we'll get a concurrence here of 100 is concurrence of 60 seconds only.
Mhm.
Okay. This is flat line. So once
Okay.
your load is done, now how do you do ramp down? This is a ramp down will come. So finally stop every that's using 5 seconds. So I'll give five users for every 10 seconds. So you'll get the steps. 20 is a ramp down. So because in other thread group now we don't see any ramp down. So in this thread only we have a ramp down. So what happens? Every 5 users will get down 10 seconds. 5 user 10 seconds, 5 user 10 seconds, 5 user 10 seconds, 5 user 10 seconds like this.
Okay.
If I give a more number of users, so let's say 10, like this will happen. And if I give like 50 seconds more time. Okay, so two things are important here is one thing is ramp down, and other thing is multiple ramp ups. The only other option is multiple ramp up for every 30 second. 5 minute ramp up, every 30, 5 minute 30, 5 minute 30 like that. So this is advantage in the stepping thread group.
Sir, in general,
Okay. Hmm.
in general, for any application, end user, maybe some, not the e-commerce,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
something like some bank application or something like that,
Hmm.
or some financial application related things.
Hmm.
In general, performance testing means this kind of step-in thread group is required, sir. I think it is not. Can you please?
No, concurrency and step up. They won't use normal thread group. I mean, most of the cases, concurrency and stepping up only.
Oh, they will use these two only,
Hmm.
sir.
Yeah, most of the cases. Because
Oh,
see,
oh.
they know that the application works right away,
Hmm. Okay, okay.
right? But they want
So,
to know how different patterns, how the application is behaving.
okay, okay.
In that cases, these two will only help. The concurrence thread group and stepping thread group.
Okay, slowly users will add,
Yeah,
and peak load will be there for some time, and then
yes.
maybe
And
slowly
again,
users will
slowly
disconnect.
they'll
Yeah,
get down. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
So there's a chances to know. I mean, server will have more stress in
Yeah.
these cases. Mm.
So one more doubt, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, after the then first time when 10 users were added for 5 seconds,
Yes.
will they immediately start the load, sir, or they will wait for the 50 users to
No, no,
come
no.
up?
Whatever.
Uh,
No, no, no.
it will, hmm,
Whatever ramp up procedure started now here, so they'll start the load.
yeah,
They'll do the
load.
activity.
Within
Yeah.
five
Otherwise, they'll
seconds,
get
they
down the
it
graphs.
will ramp up.
Yeah. Otherwise, the graph should be like this, down only. But if you see the all users are going up means this is till this point of time now, or till this point of time, or till this point of 90 users are is there. Now till this point, 100 users, still 80
100.
point. So till they're active on server, they keep on hitting the application.
Okay.
Hmm. If they immediate low, no, they won't get right whatever their expected scenario.
Yeah.
Okay, it's clear, right? Let's say again. So whatever the total number of thread groups here, you have to give here. And if you want any startup delay, you can give it. Otherwise, you can make 0. Okay, so then startup thread means you can add here number also, but I'll say give next 10 threads every 30 seconds. So means every 30 seconds, 10 users will up. How they will up? They will up using a 5 second ramp up. So if you see 5 second gap, 10 users will be up. So this is a multiple ramp ups. Then we have only one ramp up here, only multiple ramp ups. Then how long you want to hold your test? Then once it's done, then how to ramp down. So given ramp down 10 threads of 50 seconds. Now if I give high 100, so it immediately down. Like complete to stop the test, but in immediately in a fraction of a second. Okay.
Stop means
Multiple ramp up. Hmm.
basically it will not send any more new connections, right, sir?
It will slowly decrease the connections load.
Okay.
Yeah. So first 100 users will be there. No? Suddenly it will stop for 10. Then again 10. So the load will be on servers gradually decrease.
If case in case if the requests are actually taking more time
Mm.
to complete, then
So
they
here,
will take
yeah,
their
here
own
I've given
time.
60 seconds now.
Hmm.
Yes, if your request take more than 60 seconds, then it will wait for JMeter to complete that request.
Okay, okay.
Okay, and if it is less than 60 seconds now, it will have multiple times because there is a time, right? My request is taking only 1 second. I have 6 seconds. So what happens? The request again will go.
Okay.
But if my request is taking 70 seconds, so what happens? Till 70 it will wait. Then it will start getting down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It will wait for the request to naturally
Complete to
complete. Yeah.
complete it. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Okay.
holding happens
Mm.
if within, suppose the request completes within, suppose say, 30 seconds, again it will send one more request.
It will one more request.
Okay.
Generally, we'll put this in a like 6 hours, 5 hours. And
Okay.
only right
Okay.
we'll get to know behavior.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it will have we make sure that it will hit multiple times.
Yeah.
Mm.
We don't care about actually how many times we need to live, but
No,
only the
no.
time
Yeah.
only we give. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now there is a sometimes like one before of starting the script, right, you have to do some settings, or you have to delete some dependencies, or you have to call some database. These things could be there, right? Like
Yes,
prerequisite
yes.
before starting of any test. And same
Yeah.
again after completing the test, you have to delete. Suppose this is a load,
Yeah.
right? We are creating the load in the databases, or we are getting the files. So next time again, without impacting, we have to delete again. So
Mm.
make sure we have to add these settings in the things. So one option is in normal thread group only we can do that. But what happens? It will hit that number of times also. If I put clearing, execution, post clearing, so clearing and post clearing also will hit 100 times, right? That's not required
Yeah.
for us. So
Mm.
we need to call one time to delete and to create.
Yes, sir.
So with all the thread groups now, whatever you keep under here, this number will applicable to everything.
Yeah.
Correct. So we can't use that, right? This thing. So that's why we have other thread groups called setup and tear down. So setup thread group means whatever you add, this will execute. See, I have 3 thread groups now. If you run na, this thread group will run on in parallel. This thread group will start, this thread group will start, this thread group will start. So they will run in parallel.
Yeah.
So I can't use normal thread group. Like for clearing one thread group, I mean normal thread group only I can't use because they'll run in parallel. So in that case, you have to step up thread group because step up thread group will always execute first.
Oh, oh, oh.
Wherever you keep how many thread groups in the test plan, right? This setup will always execute first. And same
Mm.
as tear down, it will always execute last. Nothing differences. Only order of the thread group is different. Remaining everything is same.
Okay, setup thread group will always execute first.
first, and tear down
Tear
will always
down
execute
thread
last.
group will always last. Okay.
So whatever created things we'll keep here, and whatever delete we have to keep in the thread down, tear down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but sometimes even though I don't want to use all these things now, I want to use only normal thread groups. But I want to execute in a parallel, a sequential, right? Then only my things can happen. First is create, then execution, then delete. So in that case, if you go to test plan, you can check the option run thread groups consecutively one at a time. So if you check this option, that will execute in a order, one by one, whatever the order here. Okay. Now let's see the sample one by one. Let me disable these things. Let me add a sampler HTTP request. Okay.
So that
Uh,
that you
yeah.
disabled two groups are those are only to for the pattern only load pattern.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So if you are giving two different load patterns, so what happens, sir? Only one of them is required, right, for us?
No, one hour is required, but server it will have everything. You if you can you I mean in one script you use one thread group because to avoid confusion to get a proper results.
No, what I'm asking is just for
Mm,
showing us, you created two thread groups, right? One is stepping
mm,
up thread
mm,
group,
mm,
one is
mm, mm,
concurrency.
mm.
But in general, we use only one, right? One.
Mostly one, but I mean, if there's some scenarios, no, they want to do normal load scenario and they want to stress testing scenario. In that
Mm.
cases, you have different scripts. In different scripts, you have different thread groups.
Okay, okay, different scripts. Okay, okay.
Yeah. In one
But
script,
under
generally,
one,
we'll maintain one thread group. Yeah.
okay, one load pattern thread group will be there, not
Yes.
multiple,
Yeah.
right?
Multiple. No, no. We can keep it, but again,
But
it's
we will
confusion, right?
but we will disable them, I
Everything will be
think.
a single. But yeah, that's again hectic and confusion. That's why we maintain each script for each thread group only. Okay. So now let me see the script. Okay. So now what I checked here, I checked the option. So what does it mean? I'm asking to man run thread groups consecutively at one at a time. So if I run the script now, let me put setup first. Okay. Then my main, then delete. So if I run the script now, oh, 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 oh. Oh. What's sorry, I didn't give anything here. Yes. Okay, some dummy things, whatever you want to do, right? In a real time, you can do that, like calling the DB or deleting the files like that. So why it's showing create and delete? Why it's not showing main request? There is no global level. There is a one error. Duration set. Oh, sorry. Okay, this I check unchecked it. Sorry, yeah. Right. So create, main, delete. Like this happens. Suppose if I uncheck it now, let's see. You can't control the order. See now, even though I unchecked it because I kept in setup and tear down. Okay. Now I can use normal thread group and I have to use this option. Otherwise, setup and tear down. Got it right? Setup, tear down, normal thread group, different thread group. Shall we go to our next thread groups?
Got it, sir.
Sir, in the setup and tear down, we need to define anything, sir, or
Yeah, we
what
have
we
to,
actually?
suppose you want to delete the files, right?
Uh-huh.
So then you have to call some database to delete it. Suppose you
Okay,
want to
it's like a
create, I will
scripting.
write a code to create scripting, anything, then based on your application requirement. It's anything. It's calling the API, it's calling the scripting, it could be a DB, it could create the deleting, or anything can happen.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it could be scripting, anything. Whatever you want to do, actually, we can put it. When main concept is setup means it will always execute first, like that.
Mhm. So under setup,
Okay.
you have
Mm.
something like create, and tear down, you have delete. Those are just the names
Mm.
you given. That's it.
Names are just given to understand.
Okay, okay,
General what
okay, okay.
happens. Yeah, in tear down, I may call it DB. In the DB, I may write a query, delete query,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
I created entries, right? So in the setup, what may general I will do now? In normal setup, I'll write a like uh, like cache. Suppose I want to read the cache before executing my test, right? Suppose I need a long files, so I'll write a HTTP request. I'll write a simple Java code to create log files, which my main request will use that log files. Kind of things we can do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now let's see the thread group, ultimate thread group. Okay. So this is like it's next version of stepping thread group, but simple one. Here you can control anything. I mean, let's see. So we have four options here. Okay, let's click on add row. So what they're given is first thing is by default 100 users. Okay. So there is initial delay 0 and startup time 30 seconds. Start time means ramp up. Okay. How much you want to hold? 60 seconds. And how much you want down. So like this you can add multiple data, different patterns. Suppose, no, let's understand first one again. First clear, right? What I given 100 threads. So I want to start my 100 threads. Initial delay means this startup delay. Suppose if I given 10 seconds, see, this is hold at 10 seconds flat. Now
So
startup
what
time
is
nothing
this?
but ramp up.
So what
Mm.
is this initial delay? Why we require, sir, this one?
So sometimes, right, if generally what most of the cases, not to uh, like once you start or one in any of the request, right, to for server, no, to hold some target some time. It's not like hitting immediately, or if some action is going on, or some other test is done immediately before. So one test is happened now, and you want to test again some other performance test. So if you hit
Oh, okay, okay,
immediately,
okay,
right, what happens? There is some chances that it may use existing users. Maybe server is not
okay, okay.
in a free state.
Hmm. Okay, okay.
So what will you kept is, so every time it will take some time. Then
It's
it will
like
start. So
okay.
that even if there are before test is happened or not, this will take a time. If the before test happened, right, it will get the gap. So server
Yeah,
will be in a
got it,
cool
sir.
state. Then it will start. Yeah.
Got it, got it.
Now
We just want
startup
to
means
ensure,
30
yeah,
seconds.
we just want to ensure. Okay.
If we are starting in a clean state.
Hmm.
Otherwise, suppose you kept it in like any preprocessor or any setup, right? Something if setup is taking over time. So what
Yeah, yeah,
happens?
yeah.
Then in that case also it will help like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So startup is nothing but ramp up. So I have given a 30 seconds ramp up. This is 30 seconds gap to my reach 100 users. And now how much load I want to, I mean, how much time I want to hold? 60 seconds. Then once it's done with scripting, I want to ramp down 10. This is right away, right? This is our normal thread group only. This is our one, first one, normal thread group. But here one more thing is you can add one more pattern here. You click on add. If given 100 users, okay. See now, the first 100 will be initial delay is there. Now they will hold. This 100 won't start. Now this will start in, let's say I give 10 seconds. So they will start immediately. Other 100 and other 30 will start here. 200 user, no, total. And here I want to hold for some 90 seconds. See now this is flat. Okay. Then if I want make it 30, it will run one more time. So like this, we can add multiple loads in a single load only.
Okay.
Each batch is like different only. Suppose I'm giving 1,000 users load. Now what happens if in stepping or concurrent thing, the 1,000 users in the 1,000 they will divide everything and they can keep
So
dividing. But here, yeah,
so it's like one row by one row it will go, sir, or all
no, all.
all.
Yeah, so if you see right here, see till this ramp up point, 200 will come. How 200 can be? What is ramp up? 30 plus 10, 40 seconds. Now if you see here, the exact 40 seconds, 200 will come. From zero only it will start. Suppose if you gain one more row, see all 300 will come. So only advantage is you can control the batch of your single things, the holding, the ramp up and down. The for suppose see what in the stepping or what happens, whatever given your total load is distributed like this way. Correct.
So in that
The multiple.
ultimate thread group, sir, so all the suppose we have three rows here.
Mm.
So that means all 300 will start as per the batch. I think 300 is divided into batches, but all batches will start at same time, right? As per
Based on
the
your
given
delay.
as per the
Delay.
delay. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes. Suppose if I give you 0, then you will see
So,
normal graph, straight.
so the starting point is same, but only thing based on the delay and other hold
Delay
time
or
and all
ramp up,
they will
all
they
things
will
will
do.
change. Different. I mean, you will get a different graph for each set. The ramp up, the initial delay, the whole duration.
So can you change the initial delay for the row 2 and row 3? Please,
Mm.
some 5 seconds or 10 seconds. I want to see if two
Five
different graphs are
seconds.
coming.
See now it change. Little bit change here. Suppose I add one more 5. Let's add 10, 9 here. See the more flat. What happens? Only first 100 is will going up because first 100 given initial delay 0, right? So they
Uh,
won't wait. Uh, so
so,
this 5 second,
so,
9 second.
so where it is showing, sir?
Here
First
only this
100 is,
this this no, it can't show here. So if you see this is the slope, right? So if I give put zero zeros now, if you see the slope is more sharp because it's
so
very small, no? That's why I can't able to see here. Now if I give more gap, let's say if I give 20 seconds
yeah,
gap,
yeah, 20 seconds gap, yeah.
see now the slope is increased here. Let's take this time only. So for this number only, right? It's
20,
around 20 seconds. Yeah.
okay, that
So
is 20.
now if I give 50 here, let's say, see the user till now we are getting 300 here because of this 20 and 50 70 seconds delay. The first 100 will go immediately to the load, like this is very point 100. This is the load, okay, with a ramp of 30
Uh,
seconds. No, bit confusing. We'll understand slowly. Let's understand first row first. Uh, so
no,
first row is
no, I
clear,
can
right?
understand. Yeah, this is clear,
Sheila?
sir, but
Yeah.
yeah,
So that's why we'll go one. We'll add one by one row and we'll do that.
yeah.
Okay. Now let's add same row with same time everything. Now it's clear. Same thing, no? Because it's 200.
Oh, yeah.
Because they are given everything is same.
Hmm.
Now let's change here. Now I want a delay of 50 seconds. See now first 100 they will come here. See now 200 is simply divided into the two sets. One is 100, one is the other 100.
Yeah, okay.
Why? Because yeah, why? Because first 100 will come here and they will do that time and do that. But the 50 delay is there now. That 50 delay will be see from here they started. This is a 100 of 50-second delay.
So within 30 seconds, first row, as per the
First row will go. First row will go. Mm.
first row will go. So 30, within 30 seconds, we will hit 100.
Mm.
We will
So
reach 100.
first row will go right.
Okay.
First 30 seconds it
Uh,
will go to 100 count. So that's this one. This is the point.
so after 50 seconds, 30, 100 more will come.
Other will go. So that's why if you see here, that's after exact 50 seconds. This you see this is the time.
Uh,
So now one more
okay.
100 added.
Okay. Okay. After 50 seconds delay, we are adding
Mm.
100 more.
Mm. And this is
Okay.
up to
After
1. So, and end you will see 200. See, what is the
45
time now?
plus,
30, 30, 60. 30 plus 30, 60. 60 plus 50, 110. So, if you see exactly around 110 seconds. If 200 users will load come here.
Okay, okay,
110
okay.
means how many
50
seconds?
after
1
50
minute.
seconds we start, but after 30 seconds we reach the peak load. Okay.
Mm.
So, but at that time we are already having 100 more. Okay.
One more 100. So it will add 100, 200 here. So peak load will come at 200.
Mm. So 30 plus
Okay.
50 plus 30.
50. Mm.
By 30 seconds we will have 100.
Uh,
After 50 seconds
it will
from
hold.
after,
Mm.
sir, then sir, see, within 0 to 30 we will reaching 100,
Mm.
but
First 100
after
will go.
first 100 will go, but next within 50 means after 30, from that point it will be 20 seconds more. Oh
20
yeah,
seconds more. Correct.
yeah, yeah,
100 seconds only.
yeah, 20 seconds. After at that point, we will take 30 seconds to add 30, 100 more.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Okay, sir, got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm,
So why we have this is more control on different sites. So
mm.
here you may feel okay, multiple ramp ups is there, but not multiple loads in the stepping, right? That's where you have to go each and because it's completely based on a requirement only. We
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
say that which of the we can use, but based on the analysis, right? What the client wants, how they want to test it, how they have, I mean, how their real load is implementing. If you take
Mhm.
e-commerce, no, if you take what happens, let's take a first 3 hours of set. Some like 1,000 or 2,000 will be in the common, but other 100 to 200 may be coming up and coming down, right? So
Yeah.
those type of scenarios to implement like this, then we can use these thread groups.
So, as a performance engineer, do we need to suggest them, sir, or they will give us the requirement?
They will give the requirement first case, but if they don't, we have to suggest. We have to understand
Okay.
exact what their business is,
Oh,
and based on their
yeah.
business, then we have
Mm.
to decide. I mean, we have to suggest them. Okay,
Again.
this could maybe good like that. We have to suggest.
Okay, okay. Based on the business, I think that application and okay, we
Hmm.
need to suggest them also.
Yeah. Sheila, you understood, right?
Yeah, it's clear from me, sir.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. So we have few more thread groups. They are like same thing only. You can check in a home. Okay. Arrival. Okay. We cover free form and arrival. Open model. You can just check in a
So,
home.
so sir,
Hmm.
basically for under each thread group, I will have one load pattern. That's it, right?
Yes. The
Okay.
whole script. Whatever
Whole
recorded,
script.
whatever finalized, now the same script will copy into these things.
Okay. Oh, we need to copy it. We cannot reference it, sir. Okay.
We can't know. That's why. You have to
Mm-hmm.
copy. Suppose you have multiple thread groups in three GMX files. You have to copy same script in all under thread groups.
So this JMX, we cannot have multiple thread groups, sir.
We can have, but second,
Uh-huh.
you can confusion. No, so you
Okay,
keep three
okay.
JMX for three different group, but you can maintain each and everything in single JMX also.
Okay,
But
sir.
again,
Got
if you
it.
hit it right, the load will change. If stepping and concrete will start now at same time because what happens in JMeter, if you click on run, whatever on the test plan it will run everything. Otherwise, you have
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
disable
yeah.
out of three. You can disable two and run it.
Yeah,
But again, these are like if you forget to disable and commented right, what happens? It will start the load of all thread groups.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Okay, clear right, thread groups. Okay, shall we go to next topic?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So as we discussed now to this class because we are getting a heap errors due to the JMeter is not able to having the memory. JMeter not having means in the system it not have the memory to consume it.
Memory.
So we'll get
Yeah.
generally heap errors. Okay. Like connection timeout or system timeout, proxy error like this. So generally we shouldn't consider okay whenever this errors we thought okay server is not responding that's why getting errors. No. So if the server fault from your JMeter, everything is green and sending it, and server fault, you will see 500 series error on the response side. Okay. Whenever you got any errors, if you check the response code, if it is like 500, 501, 500 to find anything on 500 series, that is the only server side errors. But apart from that 500 series, if you see I mean, there is no response message, no response code. It says like heap error, connect error, proxy error, server error, WebSocket error. These stuff errors means it means it's just your JMeter issue. Initially, right, we thought that the server will simply report to them, okay, we're getting the errors at this certain node. But if they check in the server logs and they couldn't see anything, right? So that's why you have to remember clearly if whenever you got these errors in the JMeter, that is called your JMeter issue due to your machine. I mean, due to your RAM. So we have two options to do that. Okay.
500 error
So
you're
first,
saying, sir?
no, not 500. If we really get 500 users for 1000 user load, that's a server side issue. You can
Mm.
report them. But apart from this 500 series, I mean, in the request, right? You won't see these things like response message, response code. You will see error in both the cases. The protocol is
Okay.
not there, like that you will see in the response code, response message also. In that
Mhm.
case, that error is belong to your JMeter due to your memory issue. You can't report them to saying that okay, I'm getting this error due to that is not the server. That's our JMeter issue. Okay, you will get see like WebSocket error, heap error, memory error, system timeout error, proxy error. Okay, these all errors will come due to your JMeter not having a sufficient memory to run the scripts.
Mhm.
Okay, so two options. First option is suppose you are using a 32 GB RAM or 16 GB RAM or 64 GB RAM machines. It's one higher machines, right? So you can tell that JMeter to use that memory, but because by default JMeter is only 1 GB of your machine memory. Okay, so how to tell that? Again, we'll go to our JMeter property file. So not JMeter properties. We whenever you're opening JMeter, what we are in JMeter.bat, right? So in the JMeter.bat, you can open in the Notepad plus plus. Okay, this is our bat file, no, which are opening to draw on JMeter. So if you scroll down slowly, you will see two things. Heap. Search for heap. You will see line number 151 file. Set heap equal to xms means the minimum, xmx is the maximum. Okay. So what I'm saying here, by default, JMeter is using only 1 GB of my machine. Even though my machine is 64 GB RAM, it will only take 1 GB only. In that 1 GB, if you're not able to handle the load, it will throw error. So in here, you can put your 80% of number. Suppose mine 16 GB, I can put here like 13 or 12. Simply give 13 and save it and run. So suppose, let me close this. Again, two things will happen here. Once you save it, sometimes you will get error like it can't create the script. Suppose, let me run the JMeter. See, I'm getting error now. Invalid max heap size xmax 13. In this case, I have issues with my JRE. In Java, right? When install Java, what we simply check it, we'll download Google from Java and we install it. But along with the Java, we have to install proper JRE as well. Okay, how do you know that? Let's go to continue. Let's go to our C drive. C drive, program files, Java. See, I have JRE one. I don't have JDK. JRE is nothing but Java runtime engine. It means to run our scripts. When you are developing, right, we need JDK. So you have to download JDK 1.8 here, and once you see JDK 1.8, then this error won't come. Okay, two things. First, you have higher machine RAM, you can update the number here, and you can do that. Okay, by default, it will take 1 GB RAM. Now, if you want, you can do that. Otherwise, you are using still like 6 GB or 8 GB machines, but still your machine is completely set up with all our office things and everything, and you can't, even if you give the number here, you're getting the error. So in that case, we'll go to the master and slave configuration. Okay, master and slave nothing but we will distribute the load to other machines so that we can get the output. Okay, other machines nothing but our teammates machines, because we can't buy machines for our load test, no, for higher configurations. Unless if for we do load test generally once in a month or twice in a month. For that you can't have, and that too in a 6 month cycle. Whenever you go into production, right? Whenever at the time only, we mostly will do the load test. Otherwise, I mean, every day we can't do load test, no. So in that case, they can't buy the machines unnecessarily. So that's in the case we have to use our colleagues' machines. We can simply have teammates of 10 or 20, right, for a whole project under one team. So we'll try to use their machines. So that setup is called master and slave configuration in JMeter, or distribution load model in JMeter. Okay.
Sir,
So why?
then
Because we are sharing the memory. Huh.
sir, I have
Yeah, Sheila.
32 GB RAM, sir. My office system is, and I
Hmm.
have 500 GB storage memory. So then, how I will set up here the heap?
So 32 GB, right? And we make sure if you
Mm.
have JDK and JR in our Java. First step.
Okay,
Okay. So then in 32 GB, right, you can give around say around 24, 25
okay. So
RAM,
only the
because you have 32
maximum
GB RAM.
size. If I change maximum size is enough, sir. Or meta space size is also need to be
Not required.
changed.
No, no. No, I think this is only enough.
Uh,
Yeah, you can change this one only. Nothing more. Okay. Yeah. Because in our machine, I mean, in your office machine, right, there are no other applications running, you can give the number more. But 24 GB is best. I mean, I think that's like good only. You can go for like 1 lakh test also, based on again our script. If a script take is last time, it can go with that.
okay.
Hmm.
Sir, in
Okay.
general,
Hmm.
how many users and how much memory required? Is there any standard, some kind of
No,
information?
no standards. Because your
Mhm.
application have 100 APIs, my application have 10 APIs,
Sir,
right? And my, hmm,
I have done one scenario
hmm,
based on my project. It took only 70 till 70 user. It got passed. After 70 user, I got invalid resource. Some error I got invalid resource file or something. I got the error for 70
no, that
users itself.
no, that's not like geometry issue. You can just share me the full error. I can go through
Oh,
that. That's not geometry heap
okay,
issue. Hmm.
geometry issue. Okay.
It's not geometry issue, I guess, but maybe
Insufficient resource. Some error I got.
that may be
Insufficient
also
resource.
server also. So I have to check response code. What was the response code at that time?
I got 400.
Then it's our scripting, or sometimes your
Uh,
server application also. You may be using some files or the file is locked. That could be also there. Yeah, that's not a memory issue.
memory issue. Okay.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. So
Okay.
whatever distribution load model, nothing but we'll share the load to other machines. Suppose I want to do 1 lakh, okay, and my single machine is supporting 20,000 users without any issues with the full extension of my RAM. So now what I'll do, I'll take five more machines, my colleagues or my teammates, right, and I'll distribute the loads. They can do also, they can do work, and the back end JMeter will run the scripts. It's not like we're blocking the time. It's not like we're completely taking the machine. They have to do some formalities in that machine. That's it. When we click on run button, the load will distribute all five, and we'll get back results to our machine only. We don't have to go their machine also to collect the results also. Understood, right? Simply we'll configure some things on their machine, and we'll click on run button. It will distribute all 20,000 to all five machines, and we'll get back our results in our main machine only. That's called master. Slave machine, other four are called slave.
Sir,
Got it right?
one,
Master and slave. Yeah.
yeah, I got it, sir. Sir, one question. I had,
Mm.
no, if, due to the this performance testing, sometimes the system or laptop network card also it will go burn. Is it true?
No, no.
Okay.
No, that's not true. Yeah.
But OS will not allow, right? If something is going beyond, it will stop, I guess.
No, no, that's right. Memory will do. OS won't part of this. No, what OS it will do? Execute commands. All the pre-checking, everything will be done by the memory and our Java engine.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. So clear, right? Master and slave, and this same concept will also called distribution load model. Other name is also called hub and node also. In the Selenium concept, right, Selenium grid is there. That's we call hub and node. You can apply same thing. Only thing is main is the one machine. That's we call master. Other machine is called slave. Okay. So the things which should be there on master and slave, no? Let's see. Okay, let me change that back. I kept 1 GB only, no? Okay, let's save this. Hmm. Let's take we have four machines and one file master, right? All machines should have same Java and JMeter versions. Okay, for all your master and slave. Same version. If you're using 5.5, 5.5, you should be use 5. If you use 1.8 Java, you should use 1.8. Okay. Second thing is they all should be in the they all should be in the same network. Okay, suppose you are all in the office, right? You can do in the office network. Okay. Next thing is no firewall. The firewalls in our machine or our antivirus is in us, they won't allow this data transfer. Okay. And if there is dependencies in your suppose your script has need dependencies, right? I have to copy all dependencies to slave machines also. Okay. So there's 4 or 5 simple steps to do. Okay. So first thing is you have to collect IPs of our slave. Collect all IPs of slave machine. Okay. So how to get the IP? From the CMD, simply give IP config. We got the IP, right? My machine IP is 192.168.129.48. Same way in our machines also, you should consider all the IPs. Okay, once you got the IPs, and better to have all our same OS. Same OS means if you are all in Windows now, okay, all in Windows, it will be all in Windows. So if all in Linux, all Linux. It can work for Windows to Linux, Linux to Linux also, but sometimes you will get errors. So it's advisable to all the machines in the same OS. Okay. So once you have the IPs, no, what you have to do, right? You have to come to your main machine. You have to open a jml.properties file. Here, search for remote. Remote, remote, one more remote, remote source. Okay. Under remote host session, you have to add your all machine IPs by comma, like say 192.168.20.1, comma 192.168.30.2. Let's say I got two IPs. Let's say. Still understood, right? Remote source. Just copy your IPs and paste in the Zomato. It's the master machine where everything is there, no master machine. Okay. Just copy the IPs and save in the your property.file. Okay, again, once you are impacting changing property of file now, what you have to do, you have to restart geometry to reflect the changes. Geometry pad. Okay, let's take auto script I want to distribute. Okay, let's take my manual script, anything. Okay, suppose I want to distribute my 1 lakh, right? If you give 1 lakh now, it will take 1 lakh in all our machines. It's not like that. If you want to do 1 lakh machines and you have 5 machines, so you have to divide 1 lakh by 5, 20,000, you have to give 20,000 here. So that 20,000, 20,000 will run on all of other machines. Okay, whatever that group is, same number. Okay, so then you have to see click whatever till now to run whatever things, you just click on run button, right? Okay, so now you have to go run your remote start all. And before that, you have to check whether our IPs are added or not. See, whatever in the demo.perfect file added, right? It will come here. Okay. Now, if you click on remote start all means it will run the load on your machine on other two machines also. But it will fail. You won't get any. You will get some error. Suppose you click on run button, no, you will see Java file not found something blah blah error is there. So what you have to do, right? You have to start your server command in a slave machines. That's important. Start paymeter server command in slave machines. So yeah, still now what is jmon.bat, right? So same as you will see jmon-server.bat. This one. jmon-server.bat start files. See, you will see I'm getting some RMI key store issue, but you will see like listening. You'll get some listening in the your slave machines. Okay. So
So
then mm,
can we distribute the load or it will automatically do that?
that's why. So once you start remote.server, right?
Now, what I'm asking is it in our control how much load we can distribute to each slave or is it all
And that's what
automatic?
here given, no? Suppose I want 1 lakh, no? So I have two machines. So what I'll give 20, 30,000, say, let's say. So it will take 30,000 in all other machines, whatever configured.
I have given number of threads as 30,000. So two machines means
Mm.
15,000, 15,000 each.
No, no, 30, 30. Whatever number will give, that same number will apply to all thread groups in all other machines.
Oh, okay.
That's why if you want to give 1 lakh, you can't give 1 lakh here. You have to divide by number of machines. Then give that number.
Mm-hmm.
And that machine number should be also supported by that particular machine. Suppose I
Yeah,
tested with 10,000 is my max load. So I give 10,000 as like that.
okay.
Okay. Yeah. So then you just click on the give number, just click on run remote start all. Means it will be distributed. Otherwise, if you want to start the particular machine only, right? You can click on the server name. So it will start the load on that machine only. If there is issues, connectivity issues, then you will get error. Like connection is there, it's not able to transfer the data. Like that, you will get errors here. You can there could be like firewall or simple issues, and you can fix it. The nothing complexity is there.
So basically they should be in the same network.
That's the main thing. Yes, and no
Okay.
firewalls.
Hmm. So
Okay, and same way if you want to stop.
can we use oh you said they should be in the same network. Okay.
Mm, okay.
If
So if
publicly
you want to
reachable
stop, right?
IP if I have I cannot use it, sir.
Which one?
Say I have a public IP for the client.
Mm, mm.
Can I use it? I think is it
I
not
mean, if there is
possible?
no firewalls, you can use it. I mean, generally we
Okay,
do from
okay.
our office machines, right? I mean, by
Yeah.
default, office you won't allow office proxy or office networks from outside.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that is true,
Yeah.
sir. True. Yeah.
So if everything is access is there and you have like admin and you have open to network, then you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if you want stop, you can remote stop or simple button or remote stop all or remote shutdown. Like stop and shutdown, what we'll have these options. So that's the master. So once done with here, in the view results tree, you will see 1 lakh load result. Even though you 30,000, all your listeners will show 1 lakh data because it collects the data from all other machines and displays here. Okay. Understood
In
master
slave
cell. This,
machine, in
yeah,
slave machine,
Shashila.
you have to start a Java server bat file, sir.
Yes, Java
That's all.
jmet-server
That,
dot bat. Jmet-server.
okay.
In the slave machine, nothing much.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the master and slave configuration or distribution load model in JMeter. Okay, it's clear, right? Let me stop the recording.